And joining us now on the phone is Newsmax's very own Greg Kelly. Greg, before we get your perspective, we do have an update. We have a statement, so we're going to read it for you and get your reaction.
All right, here it goes. Mayor Rudy Giuliani is recovering from pneumonia and is being monitored as a precautionary measure. It goes on to say on September 11th, Mayor Giuliani ran towards the towers to help those in need, which later led to a diagnosis of restrictive airway disease. This condition adds complications to any respiratory illness, and the virus quickly overwhelmed his body, requiring mechanical ventilation to maintain adequate oxygen and stabilize his condition.
Yeah, Greg, it continues, and this is good news. It says he is now breathing on his own with his family and primary medical provider at his side. Mayor Giuliani is the ultimate fighter, as he has demonstrated throughout his life, and he is winning this battle. His family deeply appreciates the outpouring of love and support. The mayor believes in the power of prayer, and we are feeling that strength today. He remains in critical but stable condition. Please keep the prayers coming. Greg, so a glimmer of good news in there that we're hearing exactly why the mayor was admitted to the hospital and that he is now breathing on his own. Your reaction to what we're just learning?
Well, certainly, a step in the right direction. It jives with what I've been hearing myself. I'm in touch with people in Florida, people close to the mayor, and yesterday was, by last night, they were more optimistic than they were earlier in the day. So I really hope he makes it. It's great news that he's off the ventilator. I've known Rudy Giuliani. I think I actually remember July 4th, 1986 is when I first met him. It was the centennial for the Statue of Liberty. It was a major celebration, and I was meeting my boyhood hero. Some people forget, but I never will. He was an amazing U.S. attorney and prosecutor here in New York, going after the mob, going after Wall Street corrupt individuals. And he went to Manhattan College and NYU. I felt a strong connection through my family, a hometown hero. He grew up in the town next door to mine, and he achieved national prominence, and he exuded integrity. And a lot of us wanted to grow up and be just like him. Of course, he became mayor, which was, in a weird way, a little bit of a step down. A lot of us who were excited about Rudy in the 80s and early 90s thought he could be president. And we thought the Senate was the way to get closer to that goal. But that didn't happen. He became mayor, an extraordinary mayor in every sense. And however, I've said this to Rudy, and I'll just say this to you. I really think his most lasting contributions in his finest hour was not 9/11, although he was tremendous that day, but in representing President Trump and very valid concerns about election fairness in 2020. He did that against overwhelming odds, and Rudy Giuliani is a fighter. And whether the fight is you have millions of people on your side, or maybe you just have a handful, he always did the right thing. He always does the right thing. And I'm very blessed to know him, and I certainly hope he makes a full recovery.
Perhaps there's no one better to talk about Mayor Rudy Giuliani than Greg Kelly. And Greg, great to get your thoughts on him. I think you summed it up perfectly. He is a fighter. Just saw him last Saturday night in West Palm Beach, right after the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and he was ready to raise hell about how this could happen to President Trump. He was looking. So our thanks to Greg Kelly for his insight. I'm sure more will come on Greg's show this evening.
Absolutely. All right, Greg, we appreciate it. And moving on to this, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche defending the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey.
I am not permitted to get into the details of what the grand jury heard or found, as you know, but rest assured that it's not just the Instagram post that leads somebody to get indicted.
What more can we expect to learn about this case? We're going to discuss up next.
This May, Renewal by Andersen wants to give you a huge win. You can have our award-winning windows and doors right now, and you don't have to pay us a dime for 2 years. You can try to pay us during the first 2 years, but we don't want it. Really, we don't want it. Save it, spend it, go buy a pony, whatever you want to do. And of all the things you can do for your home, going with us is one of the best decisions you can make. Why? Because choosing Renewal by Andersen to replace your windows and doors makes your home worth more.